running the big-time races means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The drive starts with a run by Collins, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now Wilson on second down. Flush to his right. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brandon Marshall able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And it's caught by Crabtree. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two. Guy of the 30. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Domata Peko able to get him for a loss of about 3.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Around the NFL, second quarter in Atlanta, and it's an early lead there for the Saints. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Now they'll run it on the toss. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. From the gun, here's Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing is Keenum. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. To throw, it's Keenum. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to go. It's Booker. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Keenum. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Keenum. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Here's Marquette King now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the 1st half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Tempo. Shotgun. Gotta go.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. Looking for his big receiver, Marsh. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And they'll run it here. Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
53. 22.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This one complete to Troy Fumagalli. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Third and long. It's Keenum. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the 2nd half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They pitch it out to Collins, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the... .26-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be third down. The Broncos on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Keenum. Flush to his right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really wanted.
And got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Wilson gives to Collins. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. They go play action now. Wilson. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Play action. Now Wilson. Rolling to his right. And he's got his target. That's more. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
They'll give it to him up the middle. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
Now he'll escape to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. Now, this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a handoff looking right. And now nothing but green ahead of him. A huge play there for Denver. Give him 42 yards on the ground. What a big run there to get out from the shadow of their own end zone. The defense is probably thinking, hey, let's pin him deep. Not the case.
You're exactly right. When I played, we used to have a defensive coordinator in these situations who would call the defense and tag onto it, get a safety, push them back. And sometimes you overcommit on defense, and it worked against them in this play. Offense worked it out very, very well.
Now Keenum throwing on second. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Courtland Sutton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And now here come the Ravens. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He goes full extension, and he's got it. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
You ready for one word? You ready for one word?
Now Wilson on first down. Forced out to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Right there.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Again, Wilson eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
19.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Let's go work. Let's go to work.
They'll give to the fullback on the dive. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They come out here in the eye. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And the Broncos are going to get the... And it's a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Drops it underneath for Booker. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. The linebacker C.J. Mosley there in coverage. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Keenum. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run it. This is Booker. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, Charles, an absolutely thrilling finish there at the end, down to the final play. Got it close to the goal line, but couldn't punch it in.
How much fun was that ending, though, for us?
We were
right?